Hello legends, what's going on? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United. Do us a favour at the start of this show and smash that like button on this video. So let's talk about Amrabat, guys. Amrabat. When the feeling's gone and you can't go wrong, it's Amrabat. That one's not so good, to be fair, guys. We need to work on an Amrabat sort of song. Amrabat to Manchester United is picking up some pace, isn't it, peeps? Come on. Oh yes, Amrabat. Where McTominay's gone and Donny's long gone, it's Amrabat. I don't know. Ten Hag is pushing for Amrabat at the moment. That is the big story of the day, I suppose. That he's obviously very interested in getting Sofyan in, an old protege of his, an old player of his back at the old FC Utrecht days. Somebody who he shares a kindred spirit with, somebody who he shares a bald scalp with, somebody who he shared a locker room with back in the day, somebody who he shared some history with. This is what Sofyan Amrabat and Ten Hag have in common. They've obviously done some business together in the past, i.e. he coached him at one point. We saw some quotes the other day from Sofyan Amrabat in regards to Ten Hag having a good relationship there and obviously rating him as a coach. So the feeling is mutual. Ten Hag wants Sofyan Amrabat. Sofyan Amrabat wants Ten Hag. It's a match made in Utrecht. But anyway, Ten Hag continues to push Man United to sign Sofyan Amrabat. United are not far away from a deal. The final breakthrough is expected by the end of the week. So Sofyan Amrabat seemingly wants to join Manchester United and wants to join the project that Erik Ten Hag has. Waiting for that first formal offer, be it a verbal offer or a written offer to Fiorentina. That's exactly right, Gungshi. Bald scalp sharers. You know, you can't put a level of importance on that. It's like looking in a mirror for the two guys, you know what I'm saying? Like, Ten Hag looks at him and he says, do you know what? This guy I can relate to. Male pattern baldness runs in my family just as it does Sofyan's. We're going to get this guy in. He's going to glimmer under the floodlights just like I do. So I think, you know, you've got to factor that into the deal, obviously. It's not just a case of, oh, he's a good footballer. They're also bald buddies. I think that's fair to say. So, yeah, no, obviously I'm just joking around, guys. But Sofyan Amrabat to United is picking up the pace. We know that he's attracted to Erik Ten Hag. Oh, hello, Sailor. Not in that way. But he's attracted to play for Erik Ten Hag, the possibility of working with Erik Ten Hag again. So this is via Fabrizio Romano, who says that Sofyan Amrabat is really attracted to the possibility of working with Erik Ten Hag again. He really wants to join Manchester United. So I think it's fair to say that there is an understanding there that these two guys have probably had a conversation this summer, spoken, and Ten Hag has just reiterated to the guy that he loves his glimmering bald head and that he would like to bring him into Old Trafford and play for Manchester United. And Sofyan said to him, hey, listen, your baldness is looking beautiful on my FaceTime. I'm going to come. So that's... Oh, wait. Sorry. That sounded a bit wrong, didn't it? I meant I'm going to come to Manchester. That's what I meant to say. That sounded a little bit wrong. That's not what I meant to say there, guys. Right. Sofyan's attracted to Ten Hag. So he wants to come and play for him, obviously, in the team. They've got that understanding. They've got that relationship. They've got that history. And we're hoping that Manchester United are going to be going in by the end of the week for a cheeky little bid to Fiorentina, guys. So this is from Correa that says that the final breakthrough is expected by the end of the week for Amrabat. That was a complete slip of the tongue, guys. That's what Eric said. The final breakthrough is expected to be the end of the week for Amrabat. So what's the deal with Amrabat? Are there other teams that are interested in Sofyan? Well, we heard... Oh, shit. Well, we heard that apparently Liverpool were interested in him, but it's Saudi clubs that are actually running for Sofyan Amrabat at this moment in time, trying to turn his bald head and trying to maybe convince him that Manchester United is not the destination to go to for him. So plenty of reports suggesting that we are having competition for Sofyan Amrabat from Saudi Arabian clubs, particularly Al Ahly, are interested in going in for Sofyan Amrabat because he represents a decent value player, somewhere in the region of 30 to 35 million euros. You may be ended up paying for the guy. They know that they can probably convince quite a lot of players to go and play in the Saudi League this summer because of the amount of money that they can offer to these players. In terms of wages, maybe they would be prepared to offer more money than Manchester United. So Fabrizio Romano update earlier on says that Al Ahly are insisting on the Frank Kessie deal with formal proposal expected. They're still waiting for the player's final decision. which follows Sofyan Amrabat giving priority to Europe despite Saudi approaches. He wants Manchester United more. Get in there, my son. So, yeah, I don't think we've got to worry too much about Sofyan Amrabat. It seems like, from all accounts, that Sofyan sees the project and sees the possibility of playing for Manchester United in the Champions League and in Europe as too good of a proposition to turn down. And the Saudi Arabia move, just not right for him at this moment in time. Maybe when he's 36... but right now he's 26. Sofyan Amrabat seems to be somebody that values playing in Europe, that values playing in the Champions League, Premier League, etc. Working with Ten Hag, with a fantastic squad of players. So yes, he's keen on the Manchester United deal. There is no real doubt that he may go to Saudi Arabia at this moment in time. Looks like he is saying no to Saudi Arabia. Many different reports as well suggest that that's the case. This report is as well just says that Sofyan has rebuffed major financial approaches from Saudi Arabia to wait for Manchester United. So, it seems like they have tried with Sofyan Amrabat to convince him to go to Saudi. But as I say, the lure of the Champions League and playing with baldy buddy Eric Ten Hag and playing for United in the Champions League and the Premier League, just too strong to turn down. So that's great news. And as I mentioned earlier, it is Al Ahly that is expected to be the Saudi Arabian team that's pushing the most for Sofyan Amrabat, but they are obviously looking at other players as well. So another report here that says that Sofyan Amrabat is so keen to join Manchester United that he is willing to reject a big money offer from Saudi Arabian side Al Ahly. One thing about Sofyan Amrabat we must discuss is basically the situation with us having to get rid of one or two players before we can potentially move for Sofyan Amrabat. I would like to think we would be capable of just going and buying him anyway. But because of perhaps the amount of numbers of players we've got in that midfield still stinking up the gaff and being paid significant wages to every single week, we're going to have to move on a player or two before we move on Sofyan Amrabat. I think that is actually kind of realistic. We don't want to end up with just too many players and we struggle to sell players and then we are paying out wages and we've just got another backup who sat there on the bench doing nothing all season long.